Alright guys, welcome back. This is Alliance War Season 25, War number 3. And today, we are going to go with a slightly different team than I have ever brought into war, I think. I've used all of these attackers at some point, just I've never used them together as a trio. So it's going to be Dr. Doom, Human Torch, and Sorcerer Supreme today. So suicides are off, obviously. None of these guys are suicide friendly in any way. So we're going to go ahead and scout our path. And the paths we're taking today are different. We're actually going to be taking path 4 in section 1. So we're going to take that Sorcerer Supreme right there. And path 4 in section 1, pretty simple. We're also going to take that Black Widow Deadly Origins. And then as we progress into section 2, we're going to jump to path 6, where we have the Hit Monkey and Storm Pyramid X. And we're just going to scout out a couple mini bosses here. Pretty standard stuff. A lot of the same mini bosses and bosses that we've seen this season. So let's jump into it with our first fight, which is going to be on path 4, Sorcerer Supreme. And we have Human Torch. This is obviously a torch fight here. She's a mystic. The global, I believe, is Protect again. So we've seen Protect all 3 times now this season. And the node is Steady Build-Up Fury and Long Distance Relationship, which are really nothing to worry about. This is actually a great node because as long as you stay close to the defender, and if you have Willpower Mastery, you're going to be healing through these debuffs that you're going to gain. So you'll see that throughout this fight. She started off with a heavy attack, which kind of surprised me, but you can see the weakness debuff that I have gained. And the longer you stay close to them, the more you gain. So I'm up to 3 now. It does hamper your attack a little bit, but again, I'm healing from it because I have the Willpower Mastery. So I don't have to worry about my health in this fight. I'm just going to block most of her specials. I don't need to risk evading them. And you can see we're still at a full yellow bar of health right now. We get to our Flame On Nova form right here. Throw the special 2. Go in for a few hits, and that's a KO with a full yellow bar of health. Really standard, really straightforward fight. Not much to comment on. We get the full attack bonus, only took 34 hits, and we move on. And our next fight, before we go into section 2, is against this Black Widow Deadly Origin. She's a 6-star at rank 2. Steady Build-Up Fury, Heavy Hitter, and Power Alternator node here. And this fight, I wasn't worried about at all, but it definitely is kind of a weird fight. And I still have my 30% attack and health boost on, but this fight really did not go how I would have wanted it to. And it's mostly because of the Power Alternator node. The timing was just awful. The other thing is, this Black Widow Deadly Origin is insanely special attack happy. I don't think I've ever seen an Alliance War defender so willing to throw their specials. And the Power Alternator right there stole my power, gave it to her, and as soon as she gets the opportunity, she throws that special 1. And off that special 1, she gets that passive evade, so I can't really go in with a full combo. I'm just doing 1 medium and heavy. And again, she throws her special 1, and Power Alternator gives her my power again. So I have yet to throw a special attack. She's thrown like 3 or 4, I think. She's going to throw her special 2 right here really quick again. I would much rather have her throw the special 2 so I can go in afterwards and I don't have to worry about the evade. Finally, I can get off a special 1 here though. But again, she throws her special 1 so quick. And I'm not trying to evade the whole thing because it can get a little risky. But Dr. Doom has such good block proficiency that I'm okay blocking a few hits of it and just dexterity out of the rest. But she throws another special 2 right here, and it's like as soon as she gets those bars of power, she's throwing them. I tried to punish it right there. She caught me. I was a little slow on it, so I take a few hits to the face. She can't shock me though. Dr. Doom obviously shock immune, so that adds a little extra security. And we're almost done with this fight. We're almost out of it. We've lost more health than I definitely thought I would to this fight. But fortunately, we're able to power through and finish strong. And it took about 2 minutes, a little under 2 minutes. All good. We get the full attack bonus. I think it took like, yeah, 54 hits there, so a little longer fight, a little funky, a lot of special attacks thrown by her, but ultimately we get through it. And we can move into section 2, where we have this Hitmonkey on the Rage node, and this is actually the only fight on my path that had me worried, to be honest. Partly because he's got such a small health pool, I knew that no matter who I used, I would be triggering Rage pretty often. And with Sorcerer Supreme, we are going to be able to nullify those rages, but only through our aura, which activates off the special attack 1. And unfortunately, when we throw that special one, we're going to be knocking him down, and that is going to put him into his monkey schemes and trigger the assassin's cunning and the other thing that he has that basically makes him shrug off the debuffs and evade. So you can see we've got 4 Furies on him already. One more and he would have gone unblockable. Fortunately, we are able to get close to him, have the aura start nullifying, and we can keep them in check now. But there's the Purify, there's the evade, and that is what I was worried about. I was definitely worried about that happening. So I am going to play this fight a little cautiously. Every time I parry him, I'm going to make sure that that parry and stun stick. I also have to watch out for his unblockable special ones. Right there, I tried to punish it, and he dexterity'd me. So this is so far kind of a sketchy fight. I've gotten lucky because I haven't been hit, and I'm at a full bar of health, and he's down to under 50% now. But you can see the Assassin's Cunning and Primal Rage triggering right there. He's shrugging my stun debuffs. But again, so far we're in control of this fight. We don't have to worry about the Rage node anymore because our aura is pretty much up permanently every time I throw a special one. And obviously it keeps knocking him down. But we're actually powering through this fight pretty quick. 51 hits in, and he's almost dead. I am going to try to bait out one more special attack from him here. Able to evade it. Fortunately, I was never hit by any of his specials. I accidentally got too much power and went to my special 2 there, so we've got him back to 3 Furies now. We've got to make sure we can nullify that with a special 1. Take those away, make sure he doesn't go unblockable, but he's at 4 here, so he got pretty close again, and he purified my debuff. But fortunately, we go in and we finish him off. So it went pretty well. It definitely had me a little bit worried, and I would say for good reason. I think there were a lot of opportunities in there for me to make mistakes and for him to take me down, but all worked out, full attack bonus achieved, and we head over to the Storm Pyramid X now, and she's on the Aggression, Prowess, Power Focus 2 node, and this is good placement. This is definitely good placement for Storm Pyramid X, and this fight is a perfect example of how you can do something right 99 out of 100 times, but on that 100th time, when you don't do it right, you really pay the price for it. So, a little bit of foreshadowing. I'll explain what I mean by that. But the strategy for this fight is to push her to 1 bar of power, never push her to the second one, just evade the special ones, wash and repeat. So, we're going to do that right here. Hit out the special 1, evade and dexterity, perfect. We're going to go in. We're going to throw our special 2 here and accidentally push her to 2 bars of power, which is a mistake by me. Fortunately, we had the healing ruin up, and we're able to regen all that block damage. But she goes unblockable temporarily after it, which I forgot, and she lands a combo on me. That felt amazing. There's our second mistake already in this fight. Fortunately, we're still in it. It didn't do too much damage. And now we're going to bait out this special 1, which I am confident evading 99 times out of 100. Unfortunately, this is that 100th time, and she lands a nice casual 22,000 hit on that critical. So that is going to kill us. That is a really, really bad death. It's the reason why Storm X is good placement there, though. She stacks a lot of those prowesses, and if you slip up even slightly, just one time, all those prowesses are really going to make it count, and she is going to get that fatal blow in there. 22k was a little bit ridiculous for one of those hits. Can't do anything about it, though. That is a death. that is a pretty bad death, and we are going to go back in with Sorcerer Supreme and try to finish it off and clean it up. I still think she is one of the better counters here. And like I said, I'm confident in evading that special almost every time. I've done it pretty consistently ever since Storm Pyramid X came out. Just missed one of them. Just missed one dash back, and you saw what happened. So we're going to try not to let that happen again. We're going to bait out the special one again. And she's being a little stingy, and those prowesses are stacking up like crazy. She's already at 7 of them, I think. So if this hits us again, this is an easy death. There's no way we survive another one of these if it hits us with 9 prowesses. Fortunately, we dex the full thing again. And again, no problem. We're going to throw our special 3 here because we've just been standing around gaining power while this Storm X refused to throw a special. And this special 3 is going to hit like an absolute truck. Takes a ton of damage off. I didn't think it would do that much. But again, we're back in the same scenario where we have to bait out the special. It's unblockable. And we're able to dex the full thing again. No problem there. Got to do it again here. And there we go. Dex the full thing again. We're going to throw our special 1 here. But obviously we're going to have to bait out another special before we can end this fight. And we just have to hope that we can do it consistently as we have been. So we're going to throw our special 1 here. And I think actually this... No, it doesn't do it. We came close to pushing her to that special 2. I decided I'm going to go for it. And I didn't actually need to bait out another special 1. So we got a little lucky there. But you saw the dexterity on the special 1. Every time we were able to do it with the exception of 1. And obviously that cost us an attack bonus. But we move on to the last fight of the war, and the boss was actually already down. We left the Hazard Shift Poison Incinerate up for a ghost fight. We have the footage, so after this fight you can check out a nice boss attempt here by one above you again. But we're going to use our Human Torch, we're going to flame on, and we're going to head in here to back clean up. Someone had gone in and attempted this void once already. I was not scheduled to take this fight, so initially I really was not prepared to do it. I thought my torch would be used for a different mini-boss. So this is not an ideal fight for me. I think Void is probably my worst Alliance War nemesis. I have the hardest time fighting him. The timing, the pressure that he puts on you to stay aggressive, because you have to take those debuffs off of you insanely fast by hitting those intervals of 10 on your combo meter. And obviously I can't hit him while he's in the poison phase, so I'm going to have to sit around and wait for those debuffs to be applied, and I have to wait until he's in the incinerate phase to hit him and take them off. And his special 1 obviously takes some time. It's a very long animation. So I'm just sitting here, losing health to that debuff. I can't stun him, obviously. He's back in the poison phase. He now has the poison debuff and his debuff on me. I have to hit him. I'm just trying to get those off of me. I get backed into a wall, and at this point I panic, and the fight is pretty much over. So once you get behind in the count against Void, you're just pretty much done. You can't get those debuffs off you, and he just smacks you around. Fortunately, at this point, we did know the outcome of the war, so it wasn't super important that I take him down on the second attempt. So I don't mind the death. I really didn't boost up very big for it. Still sucks. I got close, but again, I really was not prepared to take that fight, and I'm okay with the outcome. But we do have some really good footage of the Apocalypse boss. Like the previous war, this is a rank 3 6-star Apocalypse, and one above you is going to use his rank 3 Ghost. That Hazard Shift Poison Incinerate node was still linked, so he's gaining Furies from purifying the poisons and incinerates when he hits them. And this fight, I would say, goes better than the previous one. I think the last fight was very close. He, I think, had a lot of issues with the timing. This one goes a lot smoother, I would say. And you can see what he's going to do. He's going to parry the first hit of Apocalypse's special 1, take the second hit on the block, and then dex the third hit when he can. So he minimizes the damage from that special 1, which is great. if he can't phase the entire thing, which he does do right here. Perfect timing. He's able to phase the entire special 1, no damage at all. He's holding onto his specials. The special 2 would just trigger protect so many times it wouldn't do anything. The special 3 does a decent amount of damage, not a lot. It's definitely one of the weaker special 3s. But he's off to a really good start in this fight. He's winning it. His health bar is above Apocalypse's. He is actually going to throw the special 3 right here. I'm not really sure what his thinking is behind holding the special 3 as long as he does. I'm guessing he's holding it just in case he gets backed up against the wall. He'd have a way to get out. That's my guess. I'm not really sure. But there you go. Again, you see the parry, block, and dexterity on the special 1. Perfect. The Apocalypse is being decently aggressive. The AI is at least coming at him when he's able to phase a lot of these hits. Not every time. Right here, he's kind of passive, obviously. He's trying to bait out the special 1, and he's not really going for it. Finally, he throws it, but the timing works out. He's able to phase the entire hit. No damage again. And you can see the protect is pretty much always on Apocalypse. That's kind of the weird thing with Ghost. Ghost is like a really great option for the protect global because she can intercept consistently. The only issue is that every time she hits them with that intercept attack, it re-triggers the protect, I think. So you can basically see that that protection is always up, and you can see it constantly triggering on the right-hand side. So that's kind of a weird thing, kind of a weird interaction with Ghost. He's going to throw his special 3 again right here, but at this point, he's so far ahead in this fight. The Apocalypse is almost down. He's going to have to bait out another special 1, obviously. The AI gets a little passive, kind of playing chicken with him. And this can get really, really nerve-wracking for some players, I think, when you're so close to finishing the fight and all of a sudden the whole strategy changes because the AI adjusts. Fortunately, he's able to take some blocked hits and he can make a few mistakes with the amount of health he has. So right here, he's going to block the special 1, dex the last part again, but victory is within sight. He's so close. He actually got a really nice heavy attack right there out of him. And right here, you know, again, he has to bait out this one special right here. He's going to phase most of it. He took some on the block. But now this fight's done. He's basically one hit away. And there it is. So that is another boss one-shot. He's actually 3 for 3 on the season. He has one-shotted every boss we've had. And thanks to that, it opened the door to a second consecutive victory. That's 2-1 now on the season. We lost our first war. These last 2, we have absolutely crushed it, though. This one wasn't really close. I think our alliance, again, as a whole, only died 20 or 21 times. Unfortunately, I, again, contributed 2 of those deaths, which doesn't feel great. For me, personally, I think I'm off to a pretty rough start on the season. A lot more deaths than I would have wanted. We've died in every war so far out of these first 3. So we're really hoping to clean that up and improve as we go along. But again, team win is what matters. Feels good. Hopefully we can push for that Platinum 2 spot this season. So if you liked the video, drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll catch you in the 4th one next time. See you later.